Go yard.
I got so much motherfucking design on right now.
Break it down, bring it back, make it clap. I got 3 old thoughts, new guap, where that thing, bitches on my line, and you know they come.
Hey, what's going on, boys? It's your boy Cool Kid coming back at you with yet another Clash Royale video. Today, boys, we're taking a break from the Path of Legends. I think I have done plenty of it. Today, we're actually doing something a little special. We are using this deck over here. That's right, it's Ian77's deck, but instead of Earthquake, I put in Clone. It has a nice little surprise factor with the Clone there. Instead of the Earthquake, because you got the giant skeleton. If it ever gets like a little too close to your opponent's tower, you can just clone it up and you get some mad damage from the bombs. But yeah, the deck here is Archer Queen, Hog, Cannon, Giant Skeleton, and then we got Log, Clone for our spells, Skellies, and Fire Spirit for a little bit of cycle, get back to Giant Skelly, clone a bit quicker. First, we're going to be watching some replays. I've done a decent amount of matches, and I say that this one here worked the best. So if you want to see how well this deck works, this is definitely the match to watch. So here we're going up against Hog, Mortar, Mighty Miner. I go with the Fire Spirit, he counters it with a Hog, so I just go with a Cannon to counter that Hog, and that is, you know what, that's a solid defense. We go with the Hog of our own, he goes with Mortar, I go with the Archer Queen for it, and then he goes Skellies as well, so he fully counters that Hog up, but we have an Archer Queen coming at him. Here he just goes Royal Delivery on top of it, and I log it back instead of going for the ability, just getting a bit of chip. Maybe not the smartest because I was down a lot of elixir, but I don't care too much if I win or lose because I'm at 7,500. Here he goes in with the Hog once again, goes with an Earthquake on my Cannon, so I just go with the fat Giant Skeleton on that Hog, mitigate the shots down to 1, and then here I go Skeletons to make that Mighty Miner not target the Giant Skeleton initially, so the Giant Skeleton doesn't die instantly. And here the Giant Skeleton's just below half HP. I was thinking of cloning it, but he did go with Skeletons, keeping it away from his Princess Tower. Pretty smart by him. Here he goes with a Hog, and I have absolutely nothing for it, so I just go with an Archer Queen at the bridge as well as a Log. Still only take 1 shot, so I'll take it. Here I go with a Fire Spirit, pop the Queen ability, and we don't get a shot on the tower because he does go Mighty Miner at the last second. Mighty Miner walking down, I go with the Hog, and then I go with the Cannon to predicting that Mortar and to take out that Mighty Miner. And Hog unfortunately doesn't get any shots, but that Cannon got us a lot of value, so I'll take it. He gives us a good game, so I give it back, and he doesn't even know what's coming for him, so I found that good game pretty funny for him. I go with the Giant Skeleton in the back here, Skellies on the Hog, and then I log because he did Earthquake the Skellies. Giant Skeleton walks up and finishes that Hog off before it deals too much damage, but it did deal a lot of damage nonetheless. We go with the Fire Spirit in the back, go with another Giant Skelly at the bridge. He wastes his Royal Delivery, so I just go with a Mad Clone. All these Giant Skeletons are pushing into each other. He's so stunned he didn't even place his Log, and he just gives up seeing that Clone, and we take his tower down, and here we just 3-crown him. Pretty easy game. Came in clutch with that double Giant Skeleton clone at the end, and Akutsav goes down. So yeah, I'll take that win. That was a pretty fun game, worked out pretty well for me. And the other one that worked well for me, though he did make a fat mistake, was this game here against Peaky Blinders. He is playing bait, and without the Earthquake it could be a bit of an issue, but we made it work with just the clone. Here I just start with Skelly split in the back. He goes with the Princess, I go with the Fire Spirit. Seeing the Princess, I know it's bait, so I don't want to log it, or I assumed it's bait, I guess, so I went with a Queen on it. Take the Princess out. He uses a Valk on the Queen, and the Queen pretty well takes that Valk out. He logs nothing, so I'm up 2 elixir because of that, And here I just go settle with a giant skeleton in the back. He goes Goblin Barrel, and then he also goes Rocket. That was a bit of a mistake, because now I have a 6 elixir giant skeleton on the board. He is now only up to 4 elixir, but I have 7 with the giant skeleton down. So here he goes for an Inferno, but unfortunately for him, he did miss the pull on the giant skeleton. So I get 2 bombs on the tower, and we're up like 5-6 elixir. I just go with the cannon in case he wants to go with a princess at like 3 or 4 elixir. He doesn't decide to do so, so I just go with a hog and a fire spirit. So if he wants to go with Goblin Gang, the Goblin Gang would have died. He goes with Valk, and his tower goes down anyway, so honestly kind of a waste of a Valk because the cannon here should finish it off. But I go with Giant Skeleton anyways, just making sure the Valk doesn't do like any damage to my tower. Princess is chipping away, doesn't do too much at all to my Giant Skeleton. He logs it down, and here I go with a Queen in the Pocket, I believe, as he goes Inferno Tower there. And I pop the ability, I go with the clone. I'm just messing around at this point because I know he's low on elixir, and I know there's no way I can lose this one anymore after decimating his tower. And then here I go, cannon at the bridge. A little bit of a dumb play. He didn't have Princess and Psycho quite yet. He went with Goblin Barrel deep though, so I could just go with a Fire Spirit to counter that. So the cannon wasn't completely wasted elixir, I guess. Here I go, Giant Skeleton in the back. He doesn't decide to rocket it. He goes with the Princess. Valk, I log his Princess, knowing I can just counter up his Goblin Barrel with my Skellies and my Fire Spirit. Here he goes with an Inferno in the pocket, and so I go with Skellies, and then I go with Cannon in the pocket to snipe it down. Go with another Giant Skeleton, get a clone down once again, but he gets a nice Goblin Gang down. Takes all of that stuff out. Lots of bombs on the field though. Go with a hog right into his Inferno Tower, but with just 13 seconds left, he has no chance of taking my tower down. I did predict that Princess with my Queen, so that was pretty nice. I go with a log, predicting a Valk. Totally clutch that up. And then, yeah, time runs out, and we just steal the W from this guy. So I'll take that all day long. Not too shabby at all. And I did win more matches than that, but I didn't really use the clone much in them. So I decided we're just gonna hop into 1 or 2 ladder battles, see what we can do using this clone. Maybe we'll get even the best game here live. We're going up against Eternal Soldier here. We're gonna start with a hog at the bridge, maybe starting hand him, see what happens here. And he does not counter it at all. He goes with an Ice Spirit now, and the hog's already dealt a lot of damage. So he goes down under 2000 HP, and then he goes with a drill. Alright, I might have to cut this one out because that drill, I think that just showed me that he kind of gave up. He goes with an Ice Wizard in the back as well. But he's making some crazy plays, outplaying the crap out of me. He goes with level 11 guards. Queen sniping those down one by one. Giant Skeletons hitting the tower. And yeah, so we're just gonna not bother about this game. We'll cut it out. See you guys in the next match. Alright boys, here we are hopping into the actual live match this time. We're going up against Warhammer TM. There's no hammer, it's a hammer. Pretty scary guy. If he beats me, I will invite him. We'll go with the log here as he goes with the wall breakers and the fire spirit. Get some solid value out of the log there. We'll go with the giant skeleton in the back. He does go with a log of his own. If he goes miner, I think I'm just going to leave it alone. Save up on elixir. But it doesn't look like he will do so. We'll go with Archer Queen over here. He's going to go with the Valkyrie. Here I'm just going to pop the ability. Make sure my Queen is still on full HP. Take out that miner. Go for that Phoenix. And then the egg should go down pretty quickly. And then he does go cannon. But our hog bypasses it like a mad lad. Here we're going to try to go for another ability. There it is. We'll take out the cannon. Threaten to get some shots on the tower. But we do instead take out 2 elixir worth of wall breakers. I'll take that trade any day of the week for sure. Here we go with a Fire Spirit at the bridge, applying a little bit more pressure. He's probably going to go... Oh, he goes with a Phoenix. Okay, I guess he didn't have Fire Spirit back in cycle. We'll just go with the Giant Skeleton to counter that because we don't have our Queen right now. We'll just go Skeletons over here. Make sure that Phoenix doesn't come close to our tower. Well, it did come close, I guess, but it won't respawn. It won't deal much damage at all. Here we'll just go with the Queen, and I think we'll just go with a Hog on the right side. What's he gonna do about this push? We're gonna clone for sure because the Giant Skeleton is on the tower. We're punishing even harder for a Giant Skeleton reaching the tower by cloning it up. Gotta love it. We're gonna go with the Fire Spirit here. Hopefully, oh, it doesn't hit the wall breakers, but that's okay. Tower retargets onto the miner. One wall breaker does connect, but our Giant Skeleton on offense got a bomb on the King Tower. Here we're gonna go with a Hog just on the right, Giant Skeleton in the pocket, and we'll probably clone it up again. I think if I clone it, it might push it towards the tower. I'm not sure if that's in tower range, but he does log, so I think for sure it's not in range now. Here we go. Here we're gonna go with the Queen. He's gonna go with a miner. We're just gonna go, yeah, we'll go with the cannon right on top of these wall breakers. But unfortunately, one does still come through. But I'm not even worried. We're still clapping cheeks. Only 22 seconds left. He won't be able to do much here. We'll go with the Giant Skeleton here to tank for the Hog, and he goes with the Valkyrie. We'll try. We'll log first. See if we can get this Giant Skeleton to the tower once again. And it looks like we did. And boom. There goes tower number 2. And that's how you play Ian77's deck with Clone instead of Earthquake. You really gotta punish whenever you get a Giant Skeleton on the tower. And you just gotta take that tower down even harder than you would have regardless. So that was a little bit of a fun video for you boys. Just a little bit of 7500 gameplay, a little bit of a troll deck, but I hope that was enjoyable to watch because that was a video, that was a cool kid. Peace out and toodaloo.
Do-do-do-do-do.